Good evening, Pisces. This is David with Tarot and Astrology for All. Here to give you your lunar reading for the cycle that started on the 28th of September. So, I know I'm a little bit late, but, I've been pretty busy putting a lot of different things together, and I've been trying to push all of these readings through. So, please forgive me, but of course, with Pisces being the last sign, I wanted to go ahead and start with you guys in terms of the water signs, and then I'll get to Scorpio and Cancer right after this. So, for those of you who don't know, this is tarot, but this is also working with the animal spirits and also working with the fairies as well. This reading is not date specific, it does go by lunar cycles. So, if you have a cycle that you're going through now that you went through previously, then as you look at this video, you'll find any similarities and you'll be able to find out ways to provide solutions. Although, if for whatever reason you don't, go ahead and drop a comment and go ahead and book a reading. They are by donations only, so donate what you feel. And with that, I will get started with your reading. So, let's see what's going on within this lunar cycle for Pisces. What do you have for us, Source? What do you have for Pisces? All right, so you guys got the Vulture. Now, the Vulture is a card that's about purging and releasing. What happens is that with the Vulture, it ends up. Okay, so the Vulture is a misunderstood creature. And in most cases, the Vulture itself is about purging. You know, when it comes to the Vulture, it's the animal that that removes all the other dead creatures. It eats dead flesh. Things that other creatures really can't do. And so, with the vulture, you're being called to purge certain things from your life. Now, we're gonna go ahead and draw another card for you guys, and we will see what other mechanics we have working here. And in the sense, we'll be able to find out what you guys are going through this lunar cycle and what ways you can go about to fix it. All right, so we got the unicorn. Now, you guys are another sign that got the unicorn. And with the unicorn, this is one of those etheric creatures. Um, I feel like you, along with possibly Aries, are going to be activated through the full moon. The full moon is going to be in Aries, so that's that's no surprise for Aries. But for you guys, this is actually very interesting because with the unicorn, it's almost a fantasy creature, right? Like, um, we tend to think of unicorns as fairy tales, but the unicorn says that whatever it is that you think is a fairy tale might actually be true. And of course, with the unicorn, it connects to the sixth chakra. And with the sixth chakra, as you notice, it's right in the middle, which is where the horn is protruding. So I feel like you have some magical power within you that you can actually have access to. And with the unicorn, I do believe that you'll have access to it. Now, I want to go ahead and go into the book so that I can read these creatures to you, and let's see what messages come through. With the vulture, it's a guardian and purifier, and it's essential for rebalance. The vulture is perhaps the most misunderstood creature of all. It's intriguing. This intriguing bird balances the ecosystem and prevents the spread of disease. It does the dirty work that no one else wants to do and cleans up our messes. The vulture appears when there's a situation that needs to be purified or brought back into balance. Remember, the vulture is greatly undervalued. What you thought was a mistake or a tragedy is a blessing in disguise. And to bring this into balance, clean your space and sage. Because when you bring this into balance, it clarifies a lot of different things in your life and it brings a certain wisdom. And so I feel that along with this purging and with the unicorn card coming out, not only is a purging of negative energies, any negative emotions, any negative thoughts you may have, but this is also an activation of your third eye. And like I said, I have a feeling like this activation is going to happen sometime around the full moon if you're not feeling it already. But you'll feel the peak of it during the full moon for sure. Now, If this energy is out of balance, specifically with the vulture, then it'll be dramatic and it'll be aggressive. But if you can actually bring it back into balance, then you'll find that it reveals a certain wisdom for you. Now, I want to go ahead and go to the unicorn, and it's about reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. So, you, along with Aries, are meant to meditate, do yoga, various different things that you can use in order to connect with Source. Now, it's difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did they ever exist? Perhaps long, long ago. The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. This very contemplation explains our relationship with divinity and encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. We wonder what divinity is. We wonder where our intuition comes from and if we can really trust it. Now, we think of a higher power and our mind hesitates between yes, no, and maybe. Is it male or female? Does it have a name? Is it just a feeling? The unicorn card appears and wakes us up to the curiosity about the higher self and the divine. It is a card of questioning, exploring, and contemplating the explicable. The mind's eye knows there is something beyond our day to day lives, a deeper dimension to our experiences. The mind's eye reaches and reaches and reaches out to grasp something more. You are the unicorn, and you have begun your quest for the answers. So, with that being said, it looks like you guys are on a quest to find the answers. And perhaps the answers are hidden here. Perhaps the answers are hidden somewhere else. But regardless of where the answers are, I do feel like you have a very, very high sense of wisdom about it with the owl on the bottom of the card. Everything sits on the owl, so I do feel like everything sits upon this wisdom. However, before you can do anything like that, you first have to purge. Purge all the unnecessary things from your life, and you'll find how your schedule opens up, and you'll also find that you'll have more time in order to activate that third eye. So, with that, I want to go ahead and move into the fairies, and let's see what the fairies reveal. The Lady of the Harvest. Yes, it is time to reap what you have sown, friends. Pisces, not only are you purging this negative energy from your space, but you're also receiving whatever it is that you have been working towards. And of course, whatever it is that you have been working towards has led you to this point. Now, I do have a feeling that whatever it is that you've been working on is something of a spiritual nature, because when it comes to Pisces, Pisces are very spiritual. However, and that's not to say that it's religious. This is spiritual from the sense of the soul connecting to the higher self. Now, one thing I want to mention is right now Pisces. Neptune is in Pisces, so Neptune is at home. You can reveal a lot of different things going on in your life by looking at the dreams that you have. Also, depending on what house it is, you'll find that in any of those spaces, you'll find yourself daydreaming a lot. So, say for instance, if it's in sixth house for you, then you'll find yourself, you know, daydreaming on a day to day basis. If it's in third house, you'll find yourself communicating about your dreams. If it's in 10th house, then when we talk about dreams, we talk about these dreams becoming manifest. And of course, you'll be well noted for your dreams. So depending on where Neptune falls in your chart. All right, so this is definitely about purging, but with the Soul Shrinker, it's all about what's reflected back at you. Now, if there's been any negativity that you have been holding on to, Pisces, the Soul Shrinker is asking for you to purge it, to let it go. But the Soul Shrinker is actually showing you what it is that you are putting out to or not just to the universe, but what you're putting out to other people. Now, the Soul Shrinker takes all of the bad stuff, malice, hate, deceit, all of these bad things that we may put out to the world that may keep us from harvesting the good in our lives, right? And of course, if you take a look at this, there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of fairies picking up various different things, and they are all bringing it to her. So I do feel uh, like maybe it's necessary to pick up this harvest now, because what you've done is cleared all the negative energy, or will be clearing all the negative energy for those that haven't, and by doing so, or by looking at these things that are reflected back at you from other people, you can actually find out what it is that you need to purge from your life. I like the fact that the Soul Shrinker came out along with the Lady of the Harvest, that's a vulture, because this tells me that once you actually purge all of this negativity from your life and move in not to a positive space, but into a space of just experience alone, then you'll find that the world is a cornucopia of various different things that you can harvest from it. With the number nine, I do feel that you'll be reaching a sense of fulfillment once you make this purging. However, these changes that are taking place, and of course you can see 5-5, right? Over here in this corner. I don't know if you can, but there you go. 5-5. That means that changes are taking place. So with that, we draw another card. Ooh. All right, friends. I feel that when it comes to opening your mind or expanding your mind and opening up your horizons to various different things that maybe you haven't thought of doing before, or maybe certain things that you may not have thought of accomplishing. When it comes to this and opening your third eye, right? I do feel that around this time you'll also have, or you should also have the friends that you normally have close to you, not the negative, or not the friends that emit negative energies, but the friends that actually emit positive energies, the ones that uplift you, literally uplifting you, right? I feel like these are your friends, and this is you. Not chubby, of course, but I do feel that that's you, and I do feel like both of you, or I feel like all of you guys are looking towards the future. So let's see. Oh, that gnome. So with the gnome, you know what? I have never drawn this before, so I'm going to go ahead and go into the fairies oracle and read what this says. Number 26. Oh, that gnome. Trickster, creative chaos, wild gifts, breaking habits, and patterns. So, yes, this is definitely about clearing a negative pattern, and it's a negative pattern that's been keeping you stuck. And so, when we deal with that gnome, it's time to leap into the air. Literally, this card came out right before that, and it's not just about uplifting, not about lifting yourself up, but it's also about lifting yourself up maybe into the air. And of course, uh, you let the earth turn beneath you, and you'll discover where you come down again. Reasonable risks are okay. Even unreasonable risks are probably okay. Use your head and look before you leap, of course, but do so understanding that the actual jump is likely to be very rewarding. So this could also be talking about jumping from negative friends and maybe into a new set of friends as well. But regardless of whatever's going on here, I feel that any jump you make at this point in time after you've cleared this negative karmic debt is going to be very, very beneficial, risk or no risk. So, and you got the maiden on the bottom of the deck, which, when we come to the maiden, it's about that childlike faith, that childlike energy. And I feel like you definitely have to have that childlike faith, Pisces. Maybe you've been sitting in your comfort zone way too long, and in a sense, the universe is trying to shove you out of that. And, of course, Pisces, among all other signs, like to be in their own space, they like to be alone, and usually this turns out to be a prison for you guys. But I do feel that because things are changing, it's necessary. Yep. In order for you to reap this harvest, it's necessary for you to make a choice, for you to make a judgment. Now, this judgment, as far as the judgment card goes, yes, it's about making a judgment. And yes, it's about an ultimatum of sorts. However, if you take a look at this card, these people are naked. They're actually rising up out of the grave. So, in a sense, they've been reborn. And I do feel that for you, specifically Pisces, if you can make this judgment or you can make this decision and make a proper judgment out of it, right? Don't use your emotions. This is all about your third eye. This is all about your intuition. Don't let your emotions get in the way of it, Pisces. And I feel that if you do this and you make the necessary cuts, right, then you'll actually come into this space right here. And this is very, very. Uh, this should be a confirmatory type of reading because I feel like you guys have been going through this cycle for a little bit, and I do feel that you guys know what this is about, so it shouldn't be any surprise to you guys. Let's see what else comes out. Okay, yeah. So the reason why you're being asked to clear all this negative energy, any negative emotion, negative thought patterns, negative anything, right, is because you're marching towards victory now. And the soul shrinker says that once you get to do that, you actually will reach a sense of victory. And this sense of victory actually could be connected to friends, and it could also actually be connected to the harvest. However, I do feel like this decision, it first comes out of seeing what it is that is reflected back at you. If it's nothing negative, then obviously you've done the work. If there is something negative in there, then you have to clear that from your space. Now, it would also be a good idea to sage your home, and maybe even get into a space of feng shui. Now, one thing I do want to mention, and I'll go ahead and start linking it in the descriptions after these videos. But if you want to clear negative energies, then the snowflake obsidian is a very grounding and protective stone, and it's a cleanser of negative energies as well as one's own emotions, such as anger, jealousy, and greed. So I want to go ahead and show you guys that. This is a snowflake obsidian, very, very pretty stone. And another one that I want to suggest to you guys is green adventurine. Now, green adventurine is a comforter and a heart healer, and at the same time, you can use green adventurine to loosen and release negative energy blockages. So this one here, green adventurine, is very, very good for that. Also, another one that you might want to have in your collection is this what is it? This yellow adventurine. And this yellow adventurine is very, very helpful for filling one with compassion and understanding, while also alleviating grief and centering the emotions. So, with that, I want to go ahead and draw some more cards so that we can get going into your guys' advice spread to see. Ooh, all right. That one almost flew out, but let's see if it actually comes out again, guys. Oh, all right. So, yeah, a new beginning with the Fool card. And, in a sense, I do feel this is a beginning with new friends. If not, this could also be a reconciliation. But this judgment, look at this judgment, uh, whatever it is that you have to make a judgment on, is connected to this new beginning by way of the soul shrinker. And at the same time, once you do that, you reach a sense of victory. It's almost like you're crossing the finish line. Right now, this is the last mile, Pisces. I feel that this is the last mile. This is the green mile, I guess you could say. And you're reaching a sense of death. However, you are reaching a sense of rebirth as well. And the vulture is going to help you clear negative energy from your lives. Ooh. All right. Oh, okay. So yeah, with the gnome, and let me go back into the book again because I totally forgot what that one card was. So it's about leaping into the air, letting the earth turn beneath you, and then discovering where you land down. So it's about risks, right? And I do feel that, like with these risks, as with anything, you have to have the passion for it. Now, I do feel like this leap is going to lead to something very, very good. It's going to lead to something very, very expansive, and it's gonna be something that's going to allow you to grow. Now, it might be necessary for you to connect with the energy of Venus, because Venus can fill one with love and compassion. But I do feel that first you have to take a look at the small things that are causing problems in your life, and that'll help you regain your vision for the larger things. And I do feel that it's necessary for you to take action, because um, because you're headed towards growth. You have the Judgment card, you have the Unicorn, you have the Fool card, you have the Six of Wands, and basically, and the Harvest card. So, all of this is leading towards expansion. Because look, there's very quick movement that's coming in. Quick messages that are going to come in. These messages are considered to be connected to Source or the Divine, and these messages are said to be connected to good news, news of a new beginning. Maybe you might be receiving messages from new friends. But however, both the gnome, and I'll go ahead and pull this out for you guys. Both the gnome and the fool are about taking risks. See, he's leaping off that cliff right here. This dog is barking at him, but he's not even paying attention. He's trusting that the universe will guide. So with that, you have to stand your ground. I feel you have to stand your ground, even if it's something that you're not usually used to, right? Because Pisces don't ever really stand up for themselves. I feel like this is where you step back into your power. This is where you step into that power of the Aries full moon, and I do feel that this right here is connected to that Aries full moon. So yeah, that's perfect. So now we're gonna go ahead and go into your advice spread, and we'll see what the universe has for advice, and also to see what kind of energy you will be moving into. Animal spirits, what can you tell us? Oh, okay. There you go. So you got the elk. Now, with the elk, I do feel like you're going to be entering a state of stability, and the elk has the alchemical symbol for earth. So I do feel that you're going to be entering into a more stable position. You're going to be entering into a more stable situation, a more stable relationship, a more stable life in general. But let's see. Okay, way too many fell out. If any of those are meant to come out, they will. Oh, oh. What is going on here, guys? What kind of energy are you encompassing, Pisces? I just want to draw a card for you guys. But every time I do it, three. Three might actually be an important number for you guys. Ah, yes. Definitely enter into a state of stability. Now, with the wolf, like I said, you'll be stepping into your own power. I do kind of feel like, oh, wow, wow, and you got the owl right at the bottom again. So, um, okay, so what I'm getting here is there's a very very great sense of profound wisdom, and if there's anybody that's going to be attuned to wisdom, it's going to be the sign of Pisces, especially with Neptune in it right now. And so with the wolf, it's all about standing up to the front. It's all about being the leader in a sense. And with the wolf, I feel like you're going to be stepping into this wolf power, and you're going to be uh, ruling from a place of wisdom. But let me go into the elk to see what the elk says. Alright, so the elk is stable, resilient, headstrong, and the father. The great elk represents the earth element in its masculine form. This means it provides underlying support and stability amidst life's many challenges. An elk personality, whether male or female, is fully established in themselves and knows their core values. Like I said, you guys definitely have a profound sense of wisdom here. They become known and respected for acting in ways that uphold those values, the wolf type energy, right? Sometimes the elk's ego can become inflated, but for the most part, they make damn good fathers, mothers, lovers, and friends. So, once again, friends comes into this, right? And the world needs more elk energy. So, I feel like if you can put this elk energy out, you'll draw more people. And as you inspire them, they'll too take on this elk energy. Now, going over to the wolf, it's the guardian of the family and tribe. So, with this, I feel like it's necessary to protect your family, to protect your own, not necessarily uh, your blood family, but whoever it is that you consider family. Now, and this is also about ritual when it comes to the wolf. So, the wolf's mission is to uphold the well-being and longevity of the pack. Healthy wolf energy expresses itself through activism, mentorship, humanitarian efforts, or teaching, religious or political studies. The wolf gets into trouble when it assumes every member of the tribe must follow suit. This includes children walking in their parents' footsteps. Although it will surely be uncomfortable at first, practicing tolerance helps balance out agitated wolf energy. Contemplate the following: embrace all, exclude none. So, you're being asked to build stability here, and quite possibly stability in the home. So, to bring it into balance, practice letting go of the. Oh, look at that. Practice letting go of various different things. This could be negative energy, but it could be thought patterns, right? Because you're dealing with the alchemical symbol for air. And when it says balance, it's going to be reliable, democratic, and fearless. But not only that, stable and resilient. And that's the kind of energy you want to be coming into, Pisces. Because when this energy is out of balance, it'll be judgmental and dominating. So if you see any of that in any way that you act, go ahead and step back a second, purge it, and do keep in mind that if it's one of those long held habits, it might be very hard. But I do feel you're going to be going into resilient energy. It's going to be headstrong, and it's going to pull you through. So with that, I will go ahead and go into the fairies and finish up with your advice. Wow. I'm at 27 minutes and 51 seconds. I believe this will be the shortest reading that I've ever done. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The Singer of Initiation. Yes. You are being initiated into the fold, into the pack. I do feel like maybe you will be shown whoever it is your pack is. Now, when it comes to the pack, I do feel like there's going to be a sense of moving yourself in and then assuming your dominance or your control. Not in the sense of like the bad control, in the sense of the proper sense of control that a leader extends. The delegation of power, etc., etc. But I am going to go into the book real quick just to read that for you guys after I draw these next cards. Titan the Sylph. A lot of signs have been getting this, and with Titan, you know what? I'm gonna have to go into the book too. Sorry, guys. Oh, look at that. When the advice, or when the advice, or when the card that came out in the main spread comes out in the advice, that's even more of an incentive to do whatever it is that was being said in the main spread. So, look at that. You guys got the Lady of the Harvest at the bottom. Wow. So, all of this, the advice is literally sitting on the energy that you will be harvesting at a later date. But let's go into the Singer of Initiation and find out what this says, and then we'll go into Titan the Sylph. So the Singer of Initiation is a passage through trial, it's triumph, and a new level. Like I said, the Six of Wands came out in your guys' spread, so You guys are headed towards victory, but it's necessary to pass through this trial and to reach that triumph because you're, in a sense, reaching a new level. And this is a breakthrough of sorts. This is a breakthrough of sorts for you guys. You guys may have been suffering for a while. You guys may have been maybe to some degree experiencing delusions of a kind. And I do feel like you guys are reaching a sense of clarity now. Through all of this stuff that you guys have experienced, you guys are definitely undergoing a change, and this is definitely a sense of this is definitely something of a fulfillment, like a wish fulfillment, because you got two cards right here that add up to 9. You got 4 and 5, and then 9 itself. Now, going into Titan Self. Acute intellect, quickness, mental synthesis, and discernment. So, this is definitely about the realm of the mind. Sorry, guys, was traveling so fast that I was starting to stutter. But when it comes to Titan itself, there's a certain knowledge that you have about the stability and about the way that you can bring stability into your family life, whoever it is that you consider family. So, with that, you have to purge all this negative energy that, in a sense, is going to be reflected back at you. So it's not going to be very hard to tell what it is that you have to purge from your life. You just have to be observant. And here we come to the last few cards before we end your reading. Ooh. Ooh. Wow, these cards are battling against me. Ooh. All right. So yeah, this initiation, you're I mean you're essentially being advised to end a certain cycle, because with the World card, it's reaching a sense of completion, and you no longer need to be in that cycle anymore. Now, I do feel like this is not anything that has been provided to you. I do feel like these opportunities to end your cycle have just recently been given to you, or will be given to you, and these this ending of the cycle is not going to be given to you until you purge these negative emotions out of your life, negative thought patterns, uh, negative maybe negative thoughts like telling yourself that you can't, or telling yourself that it's impossible, etc. Yeah, because you know you're you're being asked to essentially you're being asked either to decide whether you want to win, right, or whether you want to compromise. I do believe that it's your choice, but whatever decision you make, just know that this is the ending of a cycle and you're going to be moving into a new one. Yeah, so you're definitely being called to balance your life, but you're also definitely being called to make a decision. And with the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, this decision is going to be based on your mental acuteness, your ability to discern these clues that the universe will be handing to you. And let's see, last card. Yeah, you're definitely being advised to begin new things. With the Ace of Wands, these beginnings are connected to the purging of these negative things from your life. And with that, look at you guys got you guys got the Six of Wands once more at the bottom of the deck. This advice is definitely sitting upon victory. But before you can reach this victory, you have to purge those things from your life. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell right next to it. Also, I am open to doing personal readings, and personal readings will be done, uh, well, the compensation for the readings will be on a donation type basis. So whatever it is that you feel is useful, whatever you feel is necessary to donate, please do so. And if you do, thank you very much. With that, I would like to leave you guys with a note. Go ahead and purge these things from your life, end this old cycle, begin this new one, and I will go ahead and see you guys 2 weeks from now when I do your reading at the full moon or around the full moon. And until then, I am David with Tarot and Astrology, signing out.